The war in Ukraine has caused many casualties, possibly including prominent Russian citizens. Several business people have been mysteriously dying, from falling from a hospital to eating toad venom in a hangover cure, or dying in some other suicidal or accidental way. So, who are these people, and why do they keep dying? So first of all, what is going on? Well, as you likely know, Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24th of 2022. Since then, Russia has failed to overthrow the Ukrainian government and has seen several setbacks on the battlefield. Editorials from media outlets saying Putin has already lost the war are seemingly everywhere. Public support has been visibly on the decline as Putin's call for a partial mobilization of forces led to some of the largest protests since the war began, and an exodus of people from the country. The Russian economy has also been struggling throughout the war, with the government having to make a faux McDonald's, with critics saying its logo looks like a cross between the Marriott Hotel M and the flag of Bangladesh. These troubles have led businesses and business people to express concern and even outright opposition to the war as their bottom lines are hit. So who are those amongst the mysterious casualties? Beginning one day after the invasion of Ukraine, a high-level security member of Gazprom, Alexander Tyulyakov, was found hanged in his garage. 3 days later, Ukrainian-born oil and gas tycoon Mikhail Watford was also found hanged, this time in his Surrey, UK residence. Now, the next three have been classified as a murder-suicide, or are still under investigation as such. Vasily Melnikov was found alongside his wife and 2 kids aged 4 and 10. Melnikov worked for the firm Medstum, which brought medical equipment into Russia, and was reportedly on the verge of collapse due to Western sanctions. Former vice president of Gazprom, Vladislav Aveyev, was found alongside his wife and daughter. Less than 48 hours later, Sergei Protosenya, the former deputy chairman of gas giant Novatek, was found alongside his wife and daughter in a villa in Lloret de Mar, Spain. And this is where, in my opinion, the deaths start becoming a bit more interesting. Andrei Krukrovsky, the general director of a ski slope owned by Gazprom, fell off a cliff. Alexander Subotin, a board member of gas giant Lukoil, which criticized the war in Ukraine, died of a drug-induced heart attack after going to a shaman's house looking for a hangover cure, which reportedly contained toad venom. On July 4th, Yuri Voronov, the CEO of Astra Shipping, a subcontractor of Gazprom, was found dead from a gunshot. Investor and Putin critic Dan Rappaport fell from his Washington, D.C. apartment. Ravil Maganov, the chairman of Lukoil, went to the hospital with heart problems and depression and died of a severe illness, according to Lukoil, which is at odds with the story reported by news outlets which suggest that he, while smoking in the hospital, tripped and fell out of a hospital window or balcony. Ivan Pesheron, a top manager at the Corporation for the Development of the Far East and Arctic, died in the Far East. More specifically, this general area as he fell off his luxury boat, which was going at full speed. Vladimir Sengorkin, editor-in-chief of Komsomolskaya Pravda, suffered a stroke while on a business trip. And finally, the former head of the Moscow Aviation Institute, Anatoly Gerashenko, fell from a great height down a flight of stairs, according to Russian outlet Izvestia, citing an unnamed source. It is important to note that people do pass away, and just because some Russian oligarch dies does not mean it should be instantly thought of as suspicious. But I will also note that a report from USA Today says that between 2014 and 2017, 38 Russian business people were victims of unsolved murders or died in some other mysterious way. 2 Russian business people were actually found dead between the start of 2022 and February 24th, the beginning of the invasion of Ukraine. So, Why do these people keep dying from mysterious circumstances? Well, it's hard to say, because we don't know if they're murders that are connected to the Russian government, or both, or neither. But I can tell you that 8 out of 14 of them were connected to Russia's critically important oil and gas industry. And I can also tell you that several of them criticized Putin and/or the invasion of Ukraine. But then again, Vladimir Zangorkin was an editor-in-chief of a pro-Russian news outlet. So, is the Russian state killing oligarchs, or are said oligarchs killing their families? Are Russian businessmen being pushed, or are they just really clumsy or unlucky? Hopefully, more evidence will be out soon. If you enjoyed this video or found it informative, please consider clicking some of the buttons below to support Shattering News with Ezra. I hate when you're smoking in the hospital and you just fall and die.